Hey, welcome back guys. Zach Robinson here, and today we're going to talk about our first drill and technique that we're going to use to tackle the next 12 weeks as we go over increasing speed and acceleration for our student Eli Robinson. So as we discussed last week, he had a goal of increasing speed and acceleration in relation to his sport, which was soccer. And so something that we see a lot of in young student athletes, specific to ones younger than the high school population and even the middle school population, is they're never really taught proper running technique and proper running form. So something that I like to do is really just run through that fundamentals. This is something that any of us can do at home. If you're a coach out there or you work with a student population in a specific capacity already, this is something you can do very easily. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run you through each of the talking points, and then we're going to actually set up a drill that we're going to do right here. The drill itself takes about 30 seconds, and the beautiful thing about this drill is you're going to immediately see what areas of improvement need to be addressed, and then from there you can immediately formulate a game plan to tackle those issues if they present. So we're gonna start from the head, and we're gonna work our way down. Starting with the head and neck, we wanna talk about having a neutral neck and spine position. So when we talk about this, we're thinking head and eyes straight forward. So we don't want to have a slumped position when we're running. We don't want to be looking down at the ground, and we don't want him looking up either. The main reason for this is not only just to be looking forward, but it helps with opening up the diaphragm, so allowing maximum oxygen intake as you're running. So you have that. So your head and eyes are straight forward, and we're gonna move on down. So the next thing we're gonna hit is our shoulders. So you want to have a relaxed and steady shoulder position, and this is going to correlate directly to your chest position. So you're going to want to have an open and arched chest. So it's open, it's arched, and this is also going to open up that diaphragm to maximize your lung capacity during running. So again, you're maximizing that intake ability during running. As we continue to work down, let's move over to these arms. So the first thing we're gonna talk about on the arms is you want them relaxed, but also kind of steady to the side. The elbows need to be kind of pinned to a 90-degree angle, and you're gonna want to have the hands not tight, but not open and relaxed either. For our young student athletes, think about holding, if they're gonna hold a couple of Pringles in their hand. You don't want to break your Pringles, but you don't want to drop them either. So you're just going to kind of hold those Pringles here, and when we're swinging our arms during the running portion, we're going to think about swinging our Pringles from our hips to our lips. So have your student sit here and think about hip to lip, hip to lip, hip to lip. And really what we're teaching them to do here is you're reinforcing this idea during the running mechanics of when they run, that they're doing this. They're swinging side to side, and they're not gonna force that rotation. You're not getting over specific with terminology or jargon. You're just teaching the fundamentals of at a very, very basic level that they can understand right now. Continue moving down the trunk. You want them to have a good supported midsection, and this is going to correlate to letting them have a good straight and vertical body position during their run. And finally, the last thing you want to ensure that they have is that when we actually start running, that they're going to able to go ahead and lift your leg up for me, that they're able to actually get this knee up as horizontal to the running surface as possible. Go ahead and put it down. This is important because as they start to run, this ability to lift and drive correlates to the amount of power they're going to generate throughout the motion. And more specifically, as they put it all together, this really correlates into a cycle of events. As we know, running is 4 phases. And so at this young level, what you really want to drive home for them is that cycle is almost, it's almost like if you're riding a bicycle. Think of when you're pedaling, right? They're pedaling. So when they run, it's almost a pedal of motion, right? So we've ran through what it needs to look like, some of these steps. So how's this drill gonna work? You're literally I'm gonna stand in front of him opposite. We're gonna set up and we're gonna run through it slowly. So our head and eyes are straight forward together. Our chests are lifted and arched. We're gonna have our elbows here to our sides. Our hands are set, we're holding our Pringles. And we're gonna just start basically marching in place here. We'll do a few of these just to kind of get the rhythm and set. And we're just gonna pick it up a little bit faster. Pick up those knees a little if you can. And then we're gonna pick it up into a jogging cadence. Start jogging in place. All right, and sprint. And slow back down. And stop. And that's really it. That's that drill. And from there, while watching your student, that's the time for you to be able to identify those deficiencies. So a couple of things that I noticed during his run is when he started to pick up into that higher cadence, his body position leaned forward a little bit, and he started to have a little bit of a side-to-side swing with his arms, and he was able to keep the lift to the same as when he had a slower cadence. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That is the purpose of this drill. It allows us to identify the weaknesses we have so we can identify those, work on them, and they become our strengths later on. Guys, use this drill how you can, improve on it, use it. Thanks for watching.